Hi, welcome back to Burning River Bushcraft. Today I'm going to show you the cutting tool I used on my 4-day solo kayaking trip in the Florida Keys, and that is the custom stainless steel Catawba. So this knife is something I made myself. This is a knife design that I've been working with for quite a while now. I have EDC'd this exact same knife in carbon steel for probably about 8 months now. I also have this exact same handle profile, same blade length with a hook blade that I carry at work every day. So this is a knife I'm very familiar with. It fits my hand perfectly. There's just a few variations on this knife that I did to make it more compatible to island life. Okay, so the specs on this bad boy here. This is AEB-L Stainless steel. Traditionally, the normal ones I make are 1095 high carbon. I prefer a high carbon knife most of the time, but for obvious reasons in salt water like this, I decided to go with stainless. I don't have the capability to heat treat stainless at this time, so I contracted this out to Peter's Heat Treat. So I ordered the steel, ground the knife, gave it a rough bevel, got it heat treated, finished it out, and this is what this thing looks like. My traditional Catawba knives are 1/8 inch thick 1095. This is 100 thousandths. So this is a little thinner, little lighter. I also went with a larger hollow pin. Traditionally, I have 1/4 inch solid pins with a lanyard loop in the back. With this one, I decided to go with larger pins for a reason I'll show you in a second. But I went 3 hollows. Did a couple things for me. It lets me lock the blade in, which I'll show you in a second here. Takes a lot of weight off, but it also gives me lashing points and lanyard points. So you can see my Burning River logo on it. This is a 3-inch blade. This is a standard EDC knife for me. I carry this all the time. This is usually a concealed knife or clipped into my pocket or something. 3-inch blade. I don't have to worry about any laws or anything in Ohio. And coming down here, a 3-inch knife has got me through anything I needed to. These small mangrove trees, I can just whittle right through these things. Still razor sharp. And it's been abused for the last 7 days in Florida. Now for the handle material, this is G10. I wanted the strongest handle I could possibly get for the saltwater. The black lines in here, I believe this is an Ultramax G10. This is actually rubber. So it's rubber laminated. So it's a layer of rubber, layer of G10, layer of rubber, layer of G10. So the G10 block itself, when I first got it, was kind of slick, and I wasn't real happy about that. As soon as I put my contours in the knife, which lets it just lock in the hand, the rubber started to pop out, and it is an awesome grip. Awesome grip in the water, awesome grip when your hands are wet. I like the look of it. It's a high visibility knife also. So with beach life, I don't have a belt on. I'm not even wearing pants right now. I've just got my swim trunks on. So a lot of times the knife is clipped on various items, and it's easy to lose track of such things. And with a knife like this, this is your life in a situation. If you were blown off onto an island or something like that, I can make do with just a knife. And this high vis G10 rubber grip just aids in that. So this is a standard sheath, standard kydex sheath that I make for the Catawba knives. This is a taco style sheath, so it's just bent in half. And I've got a Ulticlip. I believe this is a Slim 3, and it's super good retention. Comes out when I need it. But the thing that makes the sheath most usable is this Ulticlip. These actually needs a separate review video. These things are so awesome. I clip these into my pants. I clip these into swim trunks. I can slip this on my life vest, clip it in, and it will rip the clothing off before this steel clip comes undone. So a lot of times I just carry an appendix and I clip it in, and it's not going anywhere. So I got my knife out in a heartbeat, put it back in. It's ridden like this in my kayak the whole time. So it's under my spray skirt. My spray skirt's got a pocket. I've got a big lighter and a compass in there in case I have to bail out of the kayak. It's always here, it's always under me. It's instant retention, and I can use this without a belt. That's kind of the critical thing. It goes on my dry pants. I can click it in my pocket. I can clip it anywhere around me. Like I said, in a vest. The Ulticlip actually makes this sheath a great option. So the one thing I was not prepared for actually is the Ulticlip started to rust a little bit. So the Ulticlip was coated. I have treated it with oil out of my cooking kit, but the retention's great. I left a small hole in the bottom to drain salt water out of, but this is the standard sheath. So what would possibly make this a better coastal survival and island living knife than it is right now if I made a separate dive sheath for it? All right, so this was my EDC knife all the way down to Florida. This has been my EDC knife every day that I've been here. The first part of my trip, we were spearfishing, so I decided to make a kydex dive sheath for it. You see the hole here in the middle? That's why I went with hollow pins. The holes line up, and I have a locking pin that snaps into place. The pin is in my bag right now. I keep it lanyard to the strap itself. I just don't have it in. But when the pin pushes in and locks in, this is physically impossible to come out. Again, I have the great retention without the pin. You see that little slop there? I designed that to be able to go in even if I had salt or grit or anything like that in it. But I got rubber leg straps here. Great knife, great sheath, and a bushcraft dive knife is something the world needs for sure. So when I was doing our spear fishing, I wore a rash guard. So I had essentially looked like pants on. It just matches my top. So it's adjusted a little bit different. But there we go. I can go inside my leg so I can grab this with either hand. I can grab outside. Knife's still accessible. Knife goes in easy. And when I push that lock pin in, it physically cannot come out of the sheath. So anytime I was in the surf, if we were walking, if we were physically swimming, let me lock these straps down. So locked into place. The lanyard is available. I can take it on or off quickly. Depending on the current, depending on the conditions, I can tighten it up. I got plenty of adjustment on here, but it's super durable so far, comfortable. You don't even know what's on there, and it's a lot more multifunctional than some of the other dive knives that are out there. So overall, the Catawba has been a great knife. I knew it would be. I've EDC'd the thing, so I've been testing the living hell out of it. I got a little skinnier with it, saved some weight, and I love this grip. This is actually a little bit better than the canvas micarta that I've been using. I don't quite care for the Bangles orange and black. I'd like some orange and brown if they had it, for some brown colors. But looks aside, this thing is awesome. These Coke bottle grips with the contour just lock right in my hand. And again, it's reversible. I use this style knife every day. Every day this style knife is on me. So with the dual sheath for the Catawba, I believe the next sheath I will make a dedicated vest sheath, something for my life vest, and then put a locking pin on that as well. That way, if I get into rougher water or something like that, I'll just have a quick pull the pin out, pull the knife out, and solve the problem. This is the Catawba knife. It's kind of an inside joke for the Ohioans. Catawba Island is not really an island. It's a Catawba Island on Lake Erie. It's more of a peninsula. It touches land, so it's not technically an island. But it's the closest thing to an island that I had prior to my life in the Keys down here. So because of the extra expense of heat treating this with an outside company, I don't know that I'll make another one of these, to be honest. Somebody could probably twist my arm, but they are pricey. This standard knife in 1095, which is what I carry every day and what serves me just fine everywhere except as a dive knife in salt water. This is available. You know, you can hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, anything like that. Burning River Bushcraft. I do have some of these available most of the time. This is a very, very popular style, very popular size, and a very popular knife. There's not a lot out there with short EDC bushcraft knives. There's even less short EDC bushcraft knives that you can use as a dive knife. All right, so go ahead and subscribe to this if you enjoyed the video. Click like, hit the notification bell so you can see what I'm up to. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, just about every media site I can possibly find. But until next time, this has been Jamie Boggs with Burning River Bushcraft. See you soon.